meeting in the A gap are all of the teams projected to win 6 games or fewer off those projections from last week.
Yep.
I want you guys to pick one team in this A gap or more and make them a playoff team. So we talk about like doubling your win total.
I know.
So meeting in the A gap are the Panthers, Colts, Jaguars, Saints, Raiders, Giants, Jets, Titans, Browns. Give me a playoff team.
I'll go first. I've been thinking about this one.
I only really have 2 teams, so I'm going to see if you pick one of them.
This is going to be a long shot, but I'm going to go with the Panthers.
Okay.
Yes.
You're thinking the same division I am.
I'm going to go with the Panthers. Again, division matters.
Shitty
right?
division.
Division matters, right? That's a big one. I mean, you're talking about the Bucs own the division, right? That's for right now.
Oh, yeah. I know that.
But the strides that Bryce Young took last year after being benched, they bolstered some things in free agency. They have some good draft capital to bring in. They finally didn't fire a coach midway through the year, right? There's some momentum building in Carolina for the future. I think they could be a dark horse team to get a wild card spot. I think they could be fighting for that last spot in the playoffs, a chance to go through there. So I that list that you gave me, looking through their roster and the pieces that they have, I'm going to go with the Panthers.
They're definitely at the top, like you said. The roster that they have, the schedule that they're going to play, and not only that, but the division that they're in. They're one of the top teams. Like, as you look around, let's just go through this real quick. It can't be the Browns, right? Their division is stacked. They don't even have a fucking quarterback.
Yeah,
they're
the top three from that division might get in.
Might.
Right, from that
That's
division.
a huge might, by the way. That's a might, as in everyone else in the AFC has to suck. That's a huge might. That's not happening, right? The Titans. Do I see them overcoming the Texans? Not really. At the same time, do I have a lot of faith in that team? No. And I don't think that one player will define their success next year. Like, I don't think this is a Jaden Daniels thing where they go out and get a quarterback and it's like, oh my God, where's this Washington team being? Because you forget they have a new coach, they had a new GM, they had a new organization, they had a whole new roster too. They started bringing in guys like Bobby Wagner. Like, you can't just have one guy come in and you're all of a sudden you Peyton Manning your way into some shit. That ain't happening anymore. So I don't see it being the Titans. Could it be the Saints? I don't see Derek Carr being that guy. I'm sorry. I really don't. Do I like Kellen Moore? Absolutely. I think he's sweet. I think what he's going to do is awesome. I just don't think that Derek Carr is going to be the guy that carries his team. Do I like Alvin Kamara? There's no fucking question. I love Alvin, right? But not only that, but they have problems up front. Talise Fuaga is going to finally come in. We're going to see what he can do. Like, it's going to be really interesting to see what they do. The other team that I think could maybe do something would be the Colts, but they just lost 2 interior guys, and that's a huge loss for them. Like, that's a big puzzle piece for them. And number one, because they're a big run team. They like to run the ball, and they want to play action off of it. Remember the 50-50 ball we've been talking about? That happens a lot off the play action. That's that go-go route, right? We're dancing this shit all the way down here.
You can't trust either one of those quarterbacks right
now.
No. You can't trust Anthony Richardson or Daniel Jones.
Well, here's the other problem. You talk about the Giants. Look at the division they're in. Once again, you have to come in third. And do I trust Russell Wilson or Jameis Winston to get you in that far? I don't know. I love Malik Neighbors. I love what they're doing on defense. I just don't trust this one piece. It's the same Giants, though, unless they go out and upgrade this one piece. Could they go out and get Travis Hunter? Because they have 3, right? They're picking 3?
Yes.
They could do that, and then maybe that changes the scale of things of like, okay, now it doesn't matter because the 50-50 ball's going to someone crazy.
Nice job of knowing the draft order, by the way. Nice
You're welcome.
Top 3 picks. We now know the top 4 picks.
We're good. We're figuring this out slowly. So, yeah, I think that number one, I can't believe we're fucking saying this, the Panthers would probably be my number one team on here because of the way that they had a season last year, like the ups that they went through, and you were like, holy shit, this looks good, right? And then number 2, the division they're in. Yes, you have Tampa, and you're going to have to beat the shit out of Baker. But if you at least come in second, you have a fighting chance because everybody else is in a tough
split
division.
With Tampa, right? If you can win at home and lose at Tampa on the road, like if you can split with Tampa,
I wouldn't even plan on beating Tampa. How about that? Because they're that good. I would plan on you just can't lose a lot of other games if you're going to go into like, and not only that, but everyone's not looking at you like, oh, what are they going to do this year? It's kind of like, okay, I saw what you did when it looked good. Now I expect to see more of that. Dave Canales, I want to see you turn shit up. right? You have no more excuses. It looked good for a couple games. It was really good for a couple games. And then we went back in the shitter. Like,
I mean,
all that's over.
They had the Eagles on the ropes.
Dude,
On
that
the
was interesting.
ropes, right? And that was like, for me, the back half of Carolina's 2024 somewhat reminded me of the back half of the Lions from 3 years ago. Right, where they didn't start the season strong, and then the back end of the year, they kind of put it all together. Now, it wasn't quite at that level, but that was the momentum, and that was the arrow tick that I saw from the Panthers at the end of last year, where I think if they can build off of that, hit some guys in the draft, they will be a team that doubles their win total and maybe gets in a wild card spot.
Their schedule's fascinating too, because and there's some other teams on the rise, but they get the Patriots, they get the Jets, they get the Jaguars, they get the Cardinals. They get, if they can win 3 division games.
Yeah.
I think the Cowboys at home, I probably pick the Panthers to win that game. Dude, here's a couple other things too. So Bryce Young was benched. So I'm in on the Panthers. I think it's a clean sweep here for the Panthers.
Let's go.
So Bryce Young came back in
Brilliant
week 8 after sitting watch them win 2 games and fire a 4th coach in 4 years. But if you take his numbers from week 8 through the end of the season and you make it like a 17-game average, 3,600 yards it would have been, 26 touchdowns, 10 picks only, completion percentage a little wobbly. But PFF from week 8 until the end of the year had Bryce Young as the 13th ranked quarterback behind Matthew Stafford and just ahead of Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
So he was, I'm not saying he's better than Jalen Hurts, but he was playing like a real dude.
Making strides.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it was the run game took a lot of it off his plate too, right?
Yeah.
Like the minute that started to pick up, it was like, okay, we don't need you to stand back here and do everything with nobody up front to block for you. Now we can create run lanes, we can create passing lanes through play action. Like it opened up a lot of shit. Thielen's still there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so they have him, they have LeGarrette. I mean, they're not really losing a lot of pieces.
They picked up 2 defensive tackles, Treshaun Wharton from Kansas City, who I think is a very good player, Bobby Brown III from the Rams, who's another very good interior player, right? Who else did they pick up? They got Trayvon Manning and they got Rico Dowdell, the running back from Dallas.
Pat Jones from the Vikings. He was like
situational edge
8
rusher.
sacks, but he's a depth guy.
He's a situational edge rusher.
Still, I like
right?
it.
They got my guy Christian Rosenboom. Right,
Ooh.
my guy from the LA went over there. He's going to start at linebacker for them. So they picked up some guys that have played and started a lot of them.
They got a new punter, Sam Martin. Okay, let's go.
Talking about some serious changes right now. You start changing specialists, it's for real.
They've got some good draft capital too.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what the Panthers do.
You guys kind of did this already, but like the other teams on the list, you could do the Colts like, well, there's a reason why you could pick them, like, well, the division, the Jaguars, well, if Trevor Lawrence gets back to the way he was playing 2 years ago. If the Raiders were in a different division, I would say Raiders were headed for a big jump. But
the Raiders, the problem is they're in a tough division, right? You talk about the Chargers are getting better, the Kansas City Chiefs are still in your division, and the Broncos are in your division. Like, if anything, I feel like they may have been the ones that you're like, it's a rough time to be a Raiders fan. Why? Because it's going to get ugly before it gets better. I'm sorry, it is what it is. You're playing some really good teams in your own division. You have to get at least second to think you're going to get out.
And you just paid Geno Smith.
Yeah.
This is a research project for someone in the audience. Has there ever been a division with 4 better or more highly regarded in their career head coaches? Who has the worst career resume? Jim Harbaugh has the worst NFL coaching career resume of anyone in that division.
That's crazy.
Which is wild because he's one of the best head coaches.
I know. It's crazy.
He's the only one that hasn't won a Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Andy Reid,
Sean Payton, and Pete Carroll. They've all won. They've won Super Bowls.
It's crazy.
It's a wild coaching roster when you look at it that way.